Hi, it's Marianne, the Frugal Chef. Hey, let's make a chicken pot pie, but let's make it a little different from the conventional kind. I have two different recipes on the website if you'd like the conventional type. Let's make this one a little more spring vegetable-y. We're gonna roast the chicken so it has more flavor. We'll make some brown gravy from the roasted chicken, and we'll use some puff pastry. Okay, let's make this. The first thing we're going to do for our pie is roast our chicken. I'm going to use thighs, okay, with skin on them. And then we're going to take off the skin. The reason I'm doing that is because we need the fat that's going to render here to make our gravy. I'm going to go ahead and season this with salt and pepper. First, I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil on them, on this side. And I'm going to season this nicely with salt and pepper. So now I'm going to season the other side. You know, if you don't have a big cast iron pan like this, just use a regular roasting pan. Okay, I'm going to put, I think I have about six garlic cloves. All I did was smash them. I'm just going to put them around here. I want that that rendered fat that we're going to have good flavor. So I'm going to put some thyme sprigs in here. And I'm just going to put some lemon. This is one large lemon that I cut into wedges or slices. And I'm just going to put them in here. You know, just like that. I just want the flavor for the lemon as well. So I'm going to put this in the oven at 425. A strong oven, and it's going to cook for probably about 35 minutes. We'll see. I'll check it. I want to make sure the juices are running clear, and also that, you know, the meat's about at 175. Look at this chicken. It is really nice. It smells really good. I'm going to take it out of the pan and set it aside, let it cool down, get rid of the skin, and I'm just going to you know, shred the meat. And then I'll get rid of all the lemon and the garlic in here. And I'm going to take out all but maybe 2 tablespoons of this rendered fat so we can work on our gravy. Let's get our vegetables ready for our pie. We're using unconventional vegetables like we talked about. But right here I have 4 cups of homemade chicken broth. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blanch my veggies one at a time. This is boiling hard, as you can see, and in here I'm going to add, this is 1 large carrot that I just cut into little sticks like this. So I'm going to let that cook for a couple minutes. We'll fish it out, and I'm going to put it in a bowl of ice water to stop the cooking process. So now 2 minutes have passed. I'm going to fish it out and dump it in a bowl of ice water that I have on the side here. And now I'm going to add 10 asparagus spears, which I got rid of the tough end. We're going to cook the asparagus for about a minute, not more. Okay, 1 minute. Take it out and put it in the same bowl you have your carrots in. Next, I'm going to do the same with some really tender small green beans. The vegetable I'm going to use is peas. Those are frozen, and I'm not going to bother thawing them. Well, they'll be thawed by the time we're ready, but we don't need to, you know, cook those prior. We'll just put those in as they are. I'm going to turn off the heat, take these out, put them in with the rest of the vegetables, and now we'll start working on our sauce, our gravy. Let's work on our gravy. I think I have about 3 tablespoons of rendered fat here. And you know, I don't want to lose the brown bits that are in the pan. Those are so full of flavor. We want to make sure we use those. So I'm going to heat this. I let it cool down. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour to this fat, and we'll make a roux. We want to whisk this for a good 2 minutes, okay? We want the flour to cook so we don't have raw flour flavor in our gravy. I'm not going to whisk in the rest of the stock that I have left. You know, I started with 4 cups. Probably some of that evaporated while I was blanching the vegetables. Now what I want to do is just whisk this, you know, constantly until it starts thickening. Once I have a nice, thick, creamy sauce, I'm going to let this simmer. We're not going to let it boil. We're just going to let it simmer softly for about 20 minutes. I want it to reduce by about 1/3 and be nice and thick. Check this out. It's starting to thicken. It's nice and brown because of the brown bits at the bottom. This is a nice brown chicken gravy. And now, as I said, I'm going to let it simmer softly like that, stirring it occasionally. I'm not going to stand here for 20 minutes, but and reduce it and thicken it a little more. All right, now let's work on our filling. We have our chicken here, which I took off the bone and I broke up into pieces. Break it into smaller pieces. We have nice roasted edges. I mean, this is gonna be amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm going to mix it. I just put the chicken inside with the carrots, the asparagus, the green beans, and I added my peas. A half a cup of peas. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fold in the gravy. So let's do that. I'm gonna season it with some pepper. I don't need salt. I tasted the gravy, the salt is fine. So you taste it and see if you're gonna need some or not, but I doubt it. There's enough salt in there. I'm also gonna add 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Okay, so now I'm just gonna carefully mix this. I don't wanna mush any of my vegetables. Let's fill our pie pan. I'm using a tart pan, really. Spread it out nice and even. Now let's cover it. I'm going to use puff pastry to cover this pie. I have a sheet here that I just thawed at room temperature. So we're just going to put it on top of the pie, of the dish like this. I'm going to press the edges. And using some scissors, some kitchen scissors, I'm just going to cut the excess pastry from the sides here. Now let's make some little holes in the dough so that it, you know, steams out and doesn't explode. If you wanted to make individual pot pies, just go ahead and put them into ramekins and cover them with some of the dough and then put it in the oven. So now let's put an egg wash on this and we'll put it in the oven. This is just a beaten egg with a splash of water. So I'm just going to Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven at 375. It's been heating for a while now. I've been preheating it. And it's going to bake for about 30 minutes. Here you go, my friends. Our pie is ready. It was in the oven for 30 minutes. Bon appetit from thefrugalchef.com. Make sure you come and see us. We have all kinds of recipes that are not in video form. Eat well, my friends, without going broke, and I will see you soon.